Hey Tugboats, it's Shiipty and welcome back to the channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a bonus episode of Naomi. I'm going to be exploring the lives of two Sims from the series and just going to give you guys a little behind the scenes as to what goes on during their day and what their life is like. I know that the series is focused primarily on Naomi, but there are other characters involved and I know a lot of you all want to know what happens behind the scenes. So I thought it would be perfect to jump in and record this video today. And plus I just wanted to play the game so we won't have all the cinematics and all the cuts and things like that. It's just gonna be a simple gameplay kind of style video. So we are here in the beautiful Oasis Springs and we are actually in the gated community area. This big beautiful home is actually owned by enemy number one from this series, aka Wade. So Wade and his son Preston live here. They're still getting settled in. The home still has boxes, empty rooms, and it hasn't really fully been furnished yet. We have some things on the agenda today. Wade is gonna go see his girlfriend and he is also going to have his parents over for dinner tonight and they just want to talk to him. His mom especially wants to give him an earful because she's constantly telling him how she's so upset with how everything went with Naomi. All right, so here we are at the big beautiful home and outside we have two luxury cars parked. We have Wade's white BMW with the gold trim and then we have his son's red Jag that he drives to university. Y'all know that Preston is all about the finer things and showing off and everything, so that's why they have these really nice cars. And Wade is not shy to gift his son the most luxurious car he could possibly gift him. Whatever he wants he can have. Wade also gives Corey the same treatment. Whatever he wants he can have, but Wade and Corey do not have the greatest relationship, and Corey 100% is self-sufficient. He just drives a Toyota and he is happy with his Toyota. Shoot, I'd be happy with a Toyota as well. And he doesn't want to ask his parents for money. He just wants to take care of himself, and if they need help then he's there to help them. But I know you all want to see the inside of the home, so we're gonna go ahead and tour inside. It is really dark in here. I'm gonna give you guys the disclaimer, so let's go ahead and turn on a few of the lights. I didn't want their bills to be high, not that they can't afford it or anything, but let's go ahead and turn on all the lights so you guys can see. Now as we look into the living room, it's empty, right? He's still filling it in. We have a bunch of his things just kind of scattered everywhere. In my mind, Wade is the type of guy to show off his finer things in life. His family was not as fortunate as he is to this present day, and so he will go out of his way to display his wealth and also just make it look like he is successful in life and that he's doing well. So you'll notice a lot of sculptures in his house. Wade has a freaking piano and he doesn't even know how to play the piano. I mean, it's just little stuff like that. Another thing that I would like for you guys to notice is that the home looks very cold and very plain. So the style that was in Naomi and Wade's home before is truly his. Now, I just think that he's dealing with a lot of stuff internally that he hasn't really brought to the surface just yet. But yeah, this is what the home looks like. As you can see, they're still in boxes a little bit. Wade's been dealing with the court case, and so he hasn't really fully unboxed everything. We got some dishes in here, some more dishes, but this is what the kitchen looks like. This was a shell home, so I did go ahead and completely furnish this kitchen. I wanted them to have a grand kitchen. I never have a grand kitchen, so we have this really big kitchen. There's a bathroom down here. The dining room is still being set up, but we do have a bar over here so you can make yourself a drink. And he's trying to give this home personality, but it's really been a struggle. When you come upstairs, this is what it looks like. They have extra bedrooms, as I mentioned. They're still filling things out because they've just been busy. So this will be like a guest bedroom. We have a bathroom that can be accessed from out in the hallway as well. There's another guest bedroom over here, but I think this is going to be their workout room where they put all their equipment and everything. And over here to this side, we have Wade's bedroom. And guys, look at how bougie this is. The man has a fireplace. It's little stuff like this. Like, we're in Oasis Springs. You think you really need a fireplace? It's hot as heck out here. I mean, maybe today, maybe they'd need it today, but yeah. And he has this walk-in closet. It's very plain. He's got his watches out. He still hasn't even put out all the other watches. Bags are still packed and just kind of hanging out. Wade also is the type of guy who I feel like would plan his outfit for the week. I wish I could do this. This is the one thing that I am envious of when it comes to Wade, is the fact that he can plan his outfits for the week. And then just over here we have Preston's bedroom. This is what his room looks like. Preston Preston is still getting things set up as well. He is very organized, I feel like, so this is kind of throwing him off a little bit. But I wanted to put out his clothes and show that he is the type of guy to iron his clothes. He's very neat and he likes things a certain way, so I did want to display that he's possibly been ironing his clothes and putting them in the drawers and everything. He's just that guy. He also has a bookshelf here with all his books because Preston does love to read. Some of you all might find this to be a shocker, but Preston, he needs to shave, first of all. But Preston is actually going to school for psychology. Yes, I know. I mean, it's his freshman year, so he hasn't learned much yet, but he is going to school for psychology. Over here, we have his desk and where he reads and does his work and everything. And then he also has access to this small balcony over here, so he might occasionally come out and smoke. You know, he likes to partake in some things, so he does that on the balcony. But this is his bed, very grand, very over the top. Even Wade doesn't have something like this. Preston is very materialistic, very materialistic. Upstairs, there is another section. I think that Wade was planning to make this the in-law suite area. So like when his parents come in, they can stay up here, but I don't think that Wade's mom wants to stay in this home with him at all, especially if his new girlfriend's going to be coming over more often. And eventually I'm sure she'll move in. So his mom doesn't really want to be a part of that. And we'll get into that later. Guys, I just realized that my reshade wasn't even on. That was just sun blind mine. Oh my God, that was beautiful. But let's go ahead and get Preston here. I'm also going to go ahead and turn on my autonomy so that way Wade can just take care of himself and I don't have to worry about him as much, because I was wondering why they were just standing there. But yeah, we're going to have him shave his face this morning. Let's go ahead and shave facial hair because Preston would never, he would never go out this. What are these called again? I can't remember what this is called. I knew a guy in high school that had his hair like this, but I can never remember what they're called. Oh my gosh, somebody comment them down below. But he just would never grow his hair out like this. So he's going to go ahead and shave, and he's getting texts from his grandpa because his grandpa is like, can't wait to see you, kid. Now, something shocking is that Preston actually has a really great relationship with his grandparents. You know, they know that he supports his father, and so that kind of upsets them a little bit because they would much rather him also see his mother's perspective. But you know, it is what it is. They're just gonna stand by him and give him love still. They're not going to treat him any differently. They might talk to him a little bit and give him some life lessons, but yeah, they're not going to do that. How about we just have some eggs and toast? Preston has been begging his dad to go ahead and hire a maid and a butler. He's like, we need it. And his dad's like, you really don't, but it's okay. I feel like Wade is starting to almost have this coming to the light moment or realization, breakthrough, whatever you want to call it. He's starting to realize that maybe all this stuff that he's been trying to accomplish and this front that he's been trying to put on is just not necessary. And yeah, he just moved into this house and he's decorating it. But that I also feel like is why it's been moving so slowly, is because he's starting to wonder, do I need all of this? Why did I ever think that this was necessary? But yeah, he's just been having some time to think to himself. But Preston, on the other hand, he still likes the life of luxury. He still likes the nice cars, all the money, the fancy designer things. And yeah, he's like, we could really use a maid and a butler into this house. This house is huge. I know you don't think I'm cleaning it. But yeah, I don't know what that text was about. I didn't even read it. If I'm being honest, I'll have to read it when I play back the footage. But Wade's gonna come in here and get dressed for the day. Oh, he can't access it. I might have to move that around. Let me see if I can use this instead. I can. So we're gonna have him change into his outfit for the day and get moving and just get around the house, maybe get some stuff unpacked and, you know, sort through some things. But before he does that, he wants to text his lovely girlfriend, Liliana, this morning. So we are gonna send a text to Liliana and just say, hey, baby, I can't wait to see you today. I've been thinking about you all day, and he's really looking forward to it. But I feel like she'll probably text him back in a little bit and let him know, oh, I've been thinking about you too, can't wait to see you. I know a lot of you all are really sitting by the fact that you think that she is an awful person, which I'm not going to dismiss the fact that she did cheat with a married man. That is bad. You should not do that. But I also want to paint her side of the story. So Liliana was under the impression that Wade was the one being mistreated in his relationship. This is editing Shiipty coming in. I just wanted to add that even though I said that he gave her reason, I still want to say that I'm still not condoning it. It's still bad that she cheated with him, even though he said what he said. She does have guilt for it, and Wade is now starting to experience that guilt, but I didn't want to include that in this part of the video. That way you guys are like, not excusing it for any reason. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. Wade told her, you know, my wife is never there. I swear she's having an affair. She doesn't want to be with me. This, that, and the third. And Wade also confided in her some things that he's actually been hiding for a long time. And, you know, his parents kind of pushed him into marrying Naomi. And that wasn't something that he thought he would do. He always just thought that maybe they would co-parent together. But because his parents are old-fashioned and they were like, this is best. This is what's going to be good for your son. You need to marry her. And so he married her. And I'm not going to say that Wade didn't love her, but I think that Wade just wasn't in love with her. But they did have a really good friendship in the beginning, and he had fun with her. And it just wasn't the type of fun that you would have with your significant other. It was more so fun that you would have with a friend. So he did really see her almost on a friendship level. He did have love for her. And I think over the years, he started to realize, I'm not happy, but I can't get out of this kind of thing. So he just stuck around. And then finally, he met Liliana, and he found love for the first time. And so he was so in love with her that he decided to tell her all these things. And when he confessed to her and he said, hey, I was actually the bad guy, I hurt her and it was my fault that things didn't work out. And she told him, I think that you need to talk to Naomi. And even after the court case, she was telling Wade, that was really messed up. You should give her cut. You know, she deserves it. She helped you all those years build that company. And it just would be right for you to look out for her. And so he's just been very conflicted lately, thinking about his life, thinking about things that he's wanted in life, and if it's really been worth it in the end. So he just has a little bit of guilt on his shoulders. So Preston just finished getting ready and his grandparents are on their way here soon. We're just going to come in here and chit chat with Dad. I don't know why he felt the need to make plain waffles. Like, Dad, you know that Grandma and Grandpa are going to be here soon. Why are you making waffles? And he's like, I don't know. Just started craving them, so just thought I'd make some. But he's like, nah, Dad, you hired a caterer and everything. So he's like, oh yeah, that's right. Let me go ahead and clean this up, you know. I don't want to waste my money. And you know how grandma is about me wasting money. She hates it. His mom is definitely always on his case. Like, you don't need to buy this. You don't need these big things. You should have just bought a normal house. Why did you have to have the life of luxury? Wasn't your life good enough with us? But it looks like they'll be over here soon. And we're going to go see Wade's girlfriend tonight. We'll see her after the dinner party. But let's go ahead and have them over. Now, Wade also did invite Corey. So I don't know if Corey's going to show up or not. We'll just have to see. But I do want to get Preston changed back into the outfit that I had planned for him because I don't think he would be this stressed, like I said, for his grandparents. So we're going to put him back in that outfit and hopefully the caterer will be here soon. I did notice that Corey actually did come. I'm shocked that he showed up. Maybe he's trying to reconnect with his dad and maybe talk to him and get a better level of understanding and also just trying to build a better relationship. It looks like Wade's mom came in a little angry and she's in here trying to calm herself down. Maybe Tony is trying to just hold back from going off on Wade because she just is so angry about the situation. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and control Tony for the night. Let's just control Sim. That way we can have some say in what she does. But oh, she is furious, guys. She is angry. Look at Corey in here. Oh my God, he is giving the chef critique because he himself is a chef. He's like, hey man, why don't you try this recipe? He's doing it in the nicest way possible. But I do think that Tony is going to interrupt this conversation with Wade and his son, and she is going to, I think, be a little mean, and she's going to have an argument with her son, and she is going to argue about let's argue about parenting. Yeah. And then I think we'll also argue about house rules and just say, I cannot believe what happened between you and Naomi. This is crazy. And she's just so upset about it. So we're just going to cue that up really quickly. But Tony's like, dang it, Wade, I told you. And he's like, Mom, this is my life. I'm trying to start over. And she's like, honey, she's just frustrated. She can't even say what she wants to say right now because she doesn't want to hurt her son's feelings, but she's just angry. And she's like, I can't believe you hurt that girl's feelings. You know that I loved Naomi and we were just so happy about you guys getting married. He's like, Mom, I didn't even want to marry her. We were just going to co-parent. And then you and Dad told me I needed to marry her. And she's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to take care of your kids. And he's like, I could have taken care of my kids. I didn't have to marry her. And they're arguing in front of this caterer. And he's like, Mom, let's just stop. Yeah, you're embarrassing me. And she's like, I don't care. I don't care what I'm doing. She's just angry. And she's like, hey. She's like, hired a dang caterer, my butt. Oh. He's like, Grandma, hey, it's good to see you. I almost feel like Corey was trying to calm his grandma down because he was worried about her. So we're going to have her come in here and sit down. She just can't believe this man didn't hire a caterer. She's like, Naomi would have cooked. Naomi would have made dinner. She wouldn't hire no caterer. Oh, look, likes affection. Oh my gosh. I love that Corey is in here talking to his grandma. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Preston, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Up here on probably Meet and Mingle. Get off of Meet and Mingle. Your family's here. You need to come down and socialize. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have him. No, he wouldn't sit next to his brother. I think he'd probably sit down here next to Grandpa. This is Wade's father, Samuel. Samuel, he doesn't show a lot of emotion, but he's upset about it too. Oh my Lord. This family is open. This family is open. No, I really hope he wasn't talking to her about that. I'm just so happy this isn't really an episode. This is more so like a side video. But Corey's just talking to his grandpa, catching up on him. He's like, hey, Grandpa, how's your health been? You been doing all right? You doing okay? And he's like, yeah, doing all right. He's like, Granddad, you know you're not supposed to have all them cars. He's like, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Let me eat. Let me eat my food. But I do think that let's go ahead and also control Corey as well. Because I want Corey to initiate this conversation with his little brother. He doesn't hate his brother. He just has a strained relationship with him. So let's go to Sociable Sims and let's have, we're going to miss work. Let's have a meaningful conversation with our brother. So I wanted Corey to have this heart-to-heart moment with his brother. He just wants to talk to him, check in on him, see how he's been doing and everything. And Preston is embarrassed. And I don't know if it's because he's embarrassed because this is his older brother and his older brother might be critiquing him and telling him, you know, just certain things. And maybe he does feel bad for the way that he's acted towards their mother. And he just almost feels like, dang, my brother, he is... you know, he'd probably be upset with me if he knew what I said to Mom that night. But he's like, hey, man, been okay. And now he's angry. Why are you angry now? What happened? I'll cry if I want to. Perhaps due to the fact he can get away with a lot, no older family members are going to tell him not to be angry. Plus, authority is a shame. Wow. No, Preston. Oh my gosh. And then he also has this. It says, oh, awkward. Preston never knows how to act around distant family members. Things just get weird. Sometimes it feels like they just don't get each other. That speaks volumes. He just feels like his brother doesn't understand and his brother's not trying to understand. But I'm not going to sit here. He's over here getting upset. So we're just going to give him a minute. Corey knows this is usually how conversation goes with his brother. And so he's not going to push it. He's just going to clean up the table. Grandma is over here. She's still angry. And this is just usually how things go when they come over. Tony argues with her son and Granddad just kind of sits there and it's just awkward tension. But Wade just wants that family dynamic and he knows that his family is broken and he has all these cracks within his life, but he's trying to repair the cracks and he's trying to move forward. And so that's why he invites his mom and his dad over for Sunday dinner and he hires the caterer. And yes, we used to do this with Naomi, but they're both in different phases of their life. And Tony, she's trying to understand that, but she's just upset with what her son has chosen to do. But it is getting quite late. I think that they probably would have to head home, but nonetheless, she still loves her son. So she's going to offer him some comforting advice. And I think that she also is going to give her son a goodbye, you know, discuss affairs. Oh, she probably would want to, but we're not going to do that. Let's go to affection and we're going to give him a family kiss. And she's like, baby, I know I yell at you all the time. It's just, I hate that this is how it happened. And, you know, I'm sorry. And Wade's like, Mom, it's okay. I know I disappointed you, but I'm trying my best. And she's like, well, honey, just heart to heart. She's just like, I just want you to give Naomi what she's owed. You know, that's it. She deserves it. She was a good wife. She was there for you. She never strayed away, even though you were she was just very supportive. And Wade's going to think on that for a little bit, but it is getting late, like I said, so they're going to head home, and Wade's going to make his way over to his girlfriend's apartment to go see her for the rest of the night. So Wade just arrived to his girlfriend Liliana's apartment, and he is just so happy to see her. He's just going straight in for a kiss and an embrace. He just feels so alive and so free, and his worries are all gone when he's with Liliana. And guys, she really is just an average sim. She doesn't have like a super fancy apartment. This is where she lives. There's actually yeah, but she doesn't have like a super luxurious apartment or anything, and she's not super bougie by any means. She's just a normal person. But Corey decided to stay and hang out with Preston. He told his dad that he wanted to talk to him for a little bit and just chit chat. Look at these two, they're kind of cute. I'm not even gonna lie, but he decided to stay with him, and he told his dad that he was gonna do that, and he's just like, okay son, that's good. I'm glad that you guys are gonna hang out and talk and everything, and he was really happy about that. But Wade is just sharing with Liliana that his kids decided to hang out, and he's so happy about that. And she's like, that's good, baby. I'm glad that they're getting along. He's like, yeah, I really hope that this is a turnaround for them. I miss them being close. You know, they used to be close, and then things got complicated, but I feel like that's kind of my fault. And she's like, we all make mistakes. It's okay. But Liliana has been waiting up for him. It did take him a while to get out here because they do live a few hours apart. Oh my gosh, not Wade's bills being 19,000. But Liliana has been waiting for Wade to get here because there is something that she wants to tell him. But she stands up and she tells him, Wade, baby, I'm pregnant. And he is so shocked. He's like, no way. She's like, yeah, we're gonna have a baby. And he's like, oh, I would love to be there and support you. Oh, so he's gonna, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. She's like, I have a baby on the way. Can you believe it? And he's like, no, I'm a little old, but yeah. But I am going to wrap up this video here. I just wanted to give you guys a little insight as to what Wade's life is like and what he's dealing with, and also to show you his side of the story and Liliana's side of the story. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Nonetheless, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to become a tugboat if you aren't one already. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, everyone.
I don't know which way to turn now. Thought it was forever, but relationships and turn out. And I'm sick of trying, man. I start to feel the burnout. People come and go, that's a lesson that I learn now. Back up on my grizzly on my bar. Yeah. Ask me how I'm doing awesome.